And then gold was discovered, and we were like, oh, this is better money than stones and shells and wampum. And so we use gold and silver for 3,000 years. And as this fiat system is failing today, we will opt in to the next system. And I don't think we're going back to gold, because I think we're going into the digital version of gold, which is called Bitcoin. And we'll just opt into it because it's the best form of money humans have ever created. It's better than gold, and we'll just opt into it naturally.
Well, I think that kind of goes into our next question too, because if we're saying that this is something that will naturally be opted into in almost like the next phase of the monetary system, then does that mean all other monetary systems would collapse? Because I think that would be kind of like a scary scenario for people who are looking at Bitcoin and saying, okay, so all other monetary systems, if we go to Bitcoin, does that mean these have to fail?
So collapse is seems like a volatile word, right? Collapse means like something that happens suddenly. The monetary system is not going to collapse. The monetary system will be, and we've already seen it, it's being debased. Our money is being debased. And here are some numbers to put that in perspective. Right now, there's $35 trillion of US debt. We have what are called unfunded liabilities. The present value of those is 120 trillion. So these are future Social Security payments, Medicare payments, retirement payments to military, all these future payments over the next 30 years. If you add them up, the present value is 120 trillion, but really it's like 200 trillion of actual dollars. So we have to print that money over the next 30 years. We have to print $200 trillion. And what that means is if more money gets printed, then everything becomes more expensive because the dollars don't buy as much. And so a car that costs $50,000 today, in 30 years, it's going to be $500,000. Home that costs $500,000 today will cost $5 million in 30 years. And that's mathematical certainty because we have to print more money over the next 30 years to pay all these promises that we've made and we don't have the money for.
That's not just housing and cars, it's also food and
food. It's everything.
Yeah, necessities, the things that you need to live in
food,
the US.
Healthcare, college.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Heating.
Just to survive. And our work is the same. That's what bothers me. It's like I still work just as hard as I did 6 years ago, but now it's worth less.
Now you have to work harder to be able to have the same purchasing power, which is why you're seeing more and more people with either side hustles or taking on 2 full-time jobs.
Right.
That's why we start the movie with the Brady Bunch. So it wasn't like that back in 1971 when the Brady Bunch was around. You had one spouse working, the other spouse staying at home, raising the kids. They had 6 kids, a dog, a maid, off one. Right. And so you could do that, back in 1971. The reason we can't do that today, the reason you have both parents working and they could barely afford one kid is because our money's broken. It's been diluted. We're working just as hard and we're not getting the same benefit from that work. And Bitcoin fixes that.